Hey, we are back with another some important information that we do want to share. First of all, again, I'm Paula and
I'm Curtis Brown. We are the Browns. Dem Browns living life for ya.
So we wanted to come first of all to say thank you. I think we are either at 100 now or very close, and that actually was a goal.
Yeah.
That was set. Actually, was set this past week. And listen, y'all, it may not be much to some people, other YouTubers, but it is really an honor that our page, this particular video, what was the lakes? The ocean lakes, actually got as many views as it has, and it really kind of surprised me. Did it surprise you? Because we just been cruising along.
Because every time we wake up, we see that more people have subscribed and have viewed our videos. So we are very much so appreciative to you all, because we couldn't have got here without you. So we do say thank you for all that you do, and for watching our videos, for supporting our channel. We greatly appreciate it. So just share our page with your friends and your family, your frenemies, all that you know. Tell a neighbor, tell a friend. Go and check out Dem Browns living life for ya.
So we remind you, we started this channel. We were thinking about RVing, we kind of started as RVing, but we also know we wanted to start it as life, talking about our life experiences, because we do realize, there's this thing called wisdom, and it is awesome to be able to share some of your experiences with others, because I was just a believer. You didn't have to experience everything in order to learn some things. So I had older brothers and sisters, and I looked at some of the things they did and realized that wasn't good, or that might work out for me too. So we just wanted to take this time to hop on here and really tell you thank you, guys.
Yes, thank you.
Listen, you may not think 100 is many, but remember, we started with 0.
Yes, and we want to continue to go even higher. We want to continue to challenge ourselves. So please share. Like and subscribe and hit that bell, so when we come up with a new video, you will be notified. Again, please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell, so when we do have another video ready for the press, that you all will be the first to know.
That's right. So we wanted to come on today to talk to you guys about something that we thought was really important. We have been married going on, 36 years now. And with that, you see a lot of things. But one thing that we have thoroughly enjoyed is our RVing. Well, one thing we have realized, every time we go out, it's not y'all just packing clothes and going. There's more to it than that. We pack clothes, we pack food, we pack all those things. But there's one thing that if we leave this house without it, it changes our whole RVing experience.
Yes.
And that is
my CPAP
the
machine.
CPAP machine. Cannot go without the CPAP. Listen, if you don't have, if you bring the machine and don't have that distilled water, you better figure out how to make it work. But the CPAP machine is something that I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that are out RVing. That's just the part that people may not talk about much. But can you imagine trying to go RVing without your CPAP?
Nah, actually, one time I did forget and left my CPAP at the house, and we was already at our destination and set up and the whole 9. But by the grace of Yah, my mom was going on a sister's retreat. So they were not too far from where we were going to be at. So I had asked her to go by the house and pick up my machine for me and bring it, and I will meet them at their close, wherever they was staying at. I will meet them when they was out. So it was a blessing, because I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how I would have made it without that. A lot of people don't sleep with their CPAP machine, and that's their choice. But I take mine very serious especially after talking to my doctor and knowing how many people can die and have died from not being able to breathe or stop breathing at night, and how it tear your body down because your body's not getting that oxygen. So I took it very serious after talking with my doctor about the side effects and the things that could happen, and studies and the whole nine. So I make sure that I actually take my CPAP every time we go out, even if it's we're flying somewhere or we're camping, just going out of town. I make sure I have that CPAP, and I can tell a big difference.
I make sure you have that CPAP.
Yeah.
Because if you don't sleep, I don't sleep.
Yeah.
So you may ask, and let me tell you, the CPAP is part of the story. It's not the full story. It's not the full reason as to why we are doing this video. We're going to get to that. But so you may ask, how did he even know? Well, he himself probably realized in his body, right? You were asleep. You was actually going to sleep.
Yeah, I'd be at work.
Literally.
I'd be at work, and I'd be so tired because you don't really get no rest. If anyone who has sleep apnea, you could tell that you don't get a chance to rest or sleep like the regular person would at night. So I will be in meetings at work, and I will fall asleep. I would just be tired, drained, waking up with headaches, because when you're not able to breathe, or if you're not breathing, your brain is not getting that oxygen, so it takes a toll on you. So I would wake up with headaches and just feeling like drained.
And what about the times when I'm driving and you fall asleep? I'm driving, you go to sleep. So I knew, and even just through the night, I would have to kind of shake him a little bit because he would stop breathing, which is what happens when you do have sleep apnea. And so a few times he was like, no, he get mad if I woke him up. But my thing is, I'm sitting there, I can't sleep because I'm listening to him struggle to sleep. And then when anybody who have slept beside with someone that has sleep apnea, you know what happens. They're breathing. You can start to hear the progression of the stopping, and then it stops. And then you're going, okay, now are they gonna, wake back up? And then you have to do something to make them activate. I call it activate again. Like start breathing again. And well, he wasn't too happy a few times when I did that, but I'm like, you know what? You are not gonna be still beside me by the time I wake up again. So how did he realize? I did a video, guys. I videoed him sleeping. And what did you think when you saw that video?
Actually, like you said, I for the person who actually is getting woke up, when you're supposed to be sleeping, it was aggravating, but I didn't realize, I can say, the seriousness behind it until she did take the video, and I seen how I had stopped breathing, and it was like for a long period of time. So yeah, that did wake me up very much so. And with that being said, I made sure that I made an appointment with my doctor ASAP.
The very next day.
Yeah.
Is what set it off. And ever since then. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this question: when you made the appointment, what actually happened? And the reason we're doing this, guys, is we don't want anybody to be afraid or put it off or what have you. I think since he's had that CPAP, he has had the best sleep ever.
Yes.
So
don't a lot of energy.
Yeah, don't say if that's something that's happening to you, because I'm telling you, there are a lot of physical things you're doing to yourself if you don't get that rest that you need. But so what happened after you actually went to the appointment? Do you remember?
Well, actually, what they had to do with me having an appointment, my doctor said the first thing that they would have to do is I would have to do a sleep study. So my doctor had set me up for a date and time that I had to come in for a sleep study because they wanted to see my pattern, how I was sleeping, and how many times that I stopped breathing through the night, or how many times I stopped breathing within 60 minutes. So he had actually scheduled my appointment and everything, and I did end up going in for my sleep study. And when I went in for my sleep study, when I got my results, he was like, "Wow!" Actually, let me go back. When I was doing the sleep study, I felt like the tech was like my wife because he just kept running in, and I was like, "Don't I'm supposed to be doing the study? I mean, why you keep coming?" But that's the seriousness about how my sleep apnea was and everything. So when I did get my results, I have severe sleep apnea. So that means like I stopped breathing a lot within an hour. And it was close to that hour, the minutes. So you have 60 minutes in an hour, and within that, I think he said I stopped breathing about 50 times. So I had actually severe sleep apnea. So I with that being done, me having the study and had the results, my doctor had set me up with after getting with my insurance, so I can actually be scheduled for a CPAP machine. Because you can't just go in thinking you're going to get a CPAP. There are steps that you're going to have to take. Again, first you see your doctor, and then after your doctor, you actually take the sleep study test. And after the sleep study test, they actually will schedule you for getting a CPAP machine. That actually they need to do the test because they need to see how to set the levels on your CPAP. So that's why it's so important to do the sleep the test to be able to know the settings. So I could tell immediately, ladies and gentlemen, after getting my CPAP, I was actually able to tell immediately my energy level. My energy level was back. I wasn't falling asleep in the car when my wife was driving. I wasn't falling asleep.
Anyway.
In the meetings. Some of my coworkers was happy because a lot of times when I fell asleep, they was like, "Oh my goodness, Mr. Brown, wake up." So, just to, have that energy and be able to breathe, my brain getting the oxygen, it was a tremendous difference in the way I was feeling after. I just I felt good because I was getting sleep where I was waking up before the actual CPAP machine because either my wife would wake me up or either I would wake up on my own because I had stopped breathing for a certain amount of time. So it was worth it. Trust me, it was worth it. Anyone who is experiencing, I highly encourage you, don't prolong it because there has been people who had sleep apnea that stopped breathing and never woke back up.
Yeah.
So, that's another reason why after talking to my doctor, I took this serious because we have a person that we know, father had a CPAP machine and he ended up taking a nap supposedly, and he never woke up because he stopped breathing. So that was a wake-up call for me, and I wanted to jump on it ASAP because I know the Most High still got a lot for me to do, and I didn't want to cut my time short because of my negligence, not doing what I'm supposed to do and taking care of myself.
Yeah, and for me, it has been a blessing because I get sleep too, now, and I don't have to worry about, okay, is he breathing? Is he, I don't have to feel like I'm on guard anymore. I can, because I know he's not breathing. I need to, do something to make him wake up, catch his breath. Because I'm telling you, when they stop and then they start up again, you can't tell me it does not stress their heart out, all those things. And so and you had already, I think you had your adenoids taken out when you were younger, right?
Yeah.
So, and then you had something else done to help with obstruction. But guys, the reality is this: you got to take care of yourself, and if that is an issue, with sleep, you want to take it, because that's one thing our bodies need is sleep. So with that being said, and done gone through you went through the evaluation, you got your CPAP machine, and you've been using that CPAP machine faithfully.
Yeah, every night.
Every night. Y'all, listen, he's not kidding. I don't have to remind him to do anything concerning his CPAP, and he takes care of it, because it's more than just putting on a mask and then going to sleep. You also have to do care for the hoses that you have for the parts.
Yeah, you want to make sure that the parts are being sterilized, because of course during the night and the machine going, it's dust particles flying in the air, so this stuff is getting trapped. Even though it has a filter, some things is to try to prevent it, but some things get through. So every day I have a CPAP cleaner that sterilizes the parts of my CPAP that I can actually take through a cycle. So I make sure that I do that to actually make sure it's sterilized so I can use it for the next night.
But with having said that, y'all, fast forward, I don't know how long you've had that CPAP. Since we've been here.
2014.
Ooh.
Yes, because I remember that's when one of my co-workers was saying, "Oh my goodness, Mr. Brown, wake up."
In the meeting, yeah. Because if you sit still with that and not having, y'all know, if you sit still and you hadn't had any sleep, it's a wrap. It's nighttime for your body.
It was like me feeling like how you feel after having a big meal and you get the itis.
All you want to do is go to sleep.
All the thing you want to do is go to sleep. And that's how
nap.
I actually was feeling with my sleep apnea before my CPAP.
Yep. So now we're going to fast forward to 2026.
Yes.
Okay, no, let's go back to 2020 when you first inquired about it. Has it been like 2 years?
Actually,
it's probably 2 years.
Probably, I think I inquired about.
Okay, we're going to fast forward 2024.
I think it was 23.
23.
The end of 22, beginning of 23, because every 6 months you have to see your doctor so they can actually make sure that you are using the CPAP machine and to make sure you're using is being used properly. Also to re-up on some of the parts that is actually needed, because you have to change out parts so they can be renewed. But I had inquired about to my doctor because I started seeing this commercial on TV, and I was like, man, my next appointment, I'm gonna ask him. So the equipment that I'm talking about that I seen the commercial on is called Inspire. It is for people who have sleep apnea, one that's having trouble breathing, and one of the things is you got to make sure before even being a candidate for it, they check your sleep test to make sure that you are a candidate for it, because to be a candidate you have to be using your CPAP machine regularly. And you have to actually make sure you're going to your appointments. So at that time when I inquired about it with my doctor, he was like, yeah, it's pretty much new. He said, I think it's a good machine, but hey, let's wait. I said, okay, because I didn't want to be no guinea pig on nobody's table. So I wanted to make sure that we did have some good success with the machine before I even, thought about doing it. So my last time in 2025, I had an appointment, and me and my doctor talked about it. He said, now I feel that it's good that, you move forward with it if that's still something that you want to do. He said, because they have some great success stories and low side effects. Low risk. Yeah, low risk and side effects from the surgery. So he did refer me to a doctor not too far from where I'm at. And when I went there, I had to actually, they sent over my sleep study test. And he said, what we need to do, I see your sleep study. He said, look, it looks like you're a candidate for the Inspire. He said, but it's something that we have to do. And I forget the actual name that he had called it.
I think it's called a DICE. It's some kind of drug-induced sleep endoscopy.
Yeah. So what they do is look to see that how your airways are, your breathing, and to see if everything's in place for you to be able to be a candidate for Inspire. So after seeing my doctor, they scheduled that for me. And then I did do that. It was a quick. I did have to go under anesthesia, but I was only for, if I'm not mistaken, I was only for about 15 minutes because it took. They had to look to make sure that everything was looked healthy. So he came back when I woke up and he told me and my wife. He said, "Hey, everything's looked good. You are a candidate if you want to go with it." We can schedule surgery and, we'll go ahead and put the device in you. So I was like, hey, let's go. 2 thumbs up. Because my thing was we travel a lot for as the RV, and my son live out of the state and everything. So I didn't want to be one that's taking this bag, the CPAP, with me everywhere we go. And especially in the RV, I have it beside me in the bed, and then I have to, if I turn a certain way, it doesn't send the mist for me to breathe properly. So I said, yeah, I want to go with this because I want to be able to sleep without having a machine.
Have the freedom to move around, sleep how you want to sleep. Because in addition to the CPAP, you have to have the is it purified or distilled water?
Distilled water. You have to you're only supposed to put the distilled water in your CPAP machine, because if you're using like tap water, any other water, it can damage your CPAP machine. And if you have a warranty, it can void your warranty on the CPAP. So you have to make sure that you're following those directions, because if something go wrong with your CPAP and they go to check it and see that you have not been using distilled water and you've been using spring, tap, whatever type water, they would not cover it. So yeah.
So once you had the sleep endoscopy done to check out everything, what were your thoughts after that? I mean, like, seriously, because you're talking about going under the knife.
Yeah. My thoughts was, I ladies and gentlemen, I was so ready. I appreciate the CPAP machine, but I wanted the convenience of not having to wear a sleep app machine. So my thoughts was, as long as it's not going to harm me, it's going to help me, I'm willing and I'm ready to go like ASAP. So he did say that he would have his office to call me, that after getting with, of course, my insurance, so we could schedule the surgery for the device, the Inspire device. And I think it was about a week or 2 ago.
Yeah, it was fast.
Yeah, that they ended up calling me. Actually, they called me on one day and told me to come in the next morning for the surgery. So everything worked out that I was able to go and everything, and I did go and do the surgery. So as of today, ladies and gentlemen, I am in the beginning stage. I do have the Inspire device in me now. I know on here you can't see, but they do. The device now, when they put it in, they have to cut you right here, and that is to put the device, which is the battery of the Inspire, in your chest, and then they run the wire from that device up to your neck, and they have to do an incision on your neck to actually they do it some way for us attach it to your tongue, because your tongue is the one that's stopping the breathing. And it is the tongue is actually the one that when you hear snoring, that's what's happening. Your tongue is in the way of the your breathing wave, and is going back and forth. And just imagine, it's just like how you start a car and you hear brrr, like that. So it's actually in the back, and I didn't realize until I started getting information from this for the surgery, is how long your tongue is. Your tongue is way down here. So I was, of course, I didn't know, because I'm only used to brushing my tongue in the morning and everything. So I never really
thought about it being like back that far.
Yeah. So what it is now, I am in the beginning stages of the Inspire, because after surgery, and I'm like 2 weeks out of surgery. After surgery, you have to wait 4 to 6 weeks before they actually turn the equipment on.
Or activate it in you while it's in you.
Yeah. Now I did have to go and I had to register it and everything, but they would not activate it until 4 to 6 weeks, because they say they want you to have time to heal. So that's what I'm going through now. It's been a good healing process. I can see each day that I'm doing better. I was real sore in the beginning, and of course, because you being opened up and surgery, but it wasn't anything. I had back surgery, and this is nothing compared to my back surgery that I had. So I'm excited. I can't wait until that point coming. We're gonna have to come back and let y'all know. I could say part 2 of how I have been doing with the Inspire device after they activate it and everything, get it going. But I am still in the beginning stage, which I'm in my 2nd week, and you have to wait 4 to 6 weeks, that he was saying, so you can actually before they cut it on. So yeah, that is something that I really wanted to share, because I know, even talking to certain people out and about, even friends that I know, a lot of them have sleep apnea but don't want to get the machine. They have sleep apnea and they have not been to see a doctor. They're ignoring it, just like I was in the beginning, until, again, like I said, my wife recorded me and I seen for myself how serious what I was going through was.
You seemed like, though, when you saw it, I could tell when you saw it. It was like it's like something inside of you went, wow. I mean, like, I didn't know that it was like that. But when you said about it being connected to the tongue, now y'all, he's not saying he's going to tell you whether or not he can, what he's feeling, because I don't know, I don't have the Inspire in me. But, like, can you kind of, like, explain how are you feeling? What's the difference right now? You still healing, but what's the difference?
Right now, like I said, I'm still healing. So some of the places are still tender because it's early. Like my neck, I'm real careful because I have to shave, but I had to wait like a few days after surgery so I would make sure that I wasn't touching the incision that I had. But it's healing up. I can tell, like, right here, when where the device is, and it's like the incision from the surgery also. So I can't say that that's all of the device. It may be some of my incision right now, because like I said, everything is still fresh, it's still new, and some of the swelling is coming down from the surgery. So,
well, what about the part though? Because I'm pretty sure some folk gonna want to go, do you feel that, like, at your tongue? Like, can you tell it's something there at your tongue?
Now, what, from my understanding, what they say, with the wire that's in me, it connects to the nerve that moves your tongue. So your tongue, actually, when you cut the device on, when you're going to sleep, it allows your tongue to move forward to not block your airwaves. So again, that's what's allowing you to snore, you to stop breathing, because your airways is blocked. So this right here is allowing my tongue at night to move forward, where I'm able to breathe and don't have to, have me stop breathing, or my tongue actually is relaxing, because your tongue actually relax. That's what allows your airways to be blocked and you to snore. But this is actually moving it out the way so air can get in my airways and be able to breathe without actually stop breathing like I was before the CPAP and this device.
Yeah, we that week that you had that done, we were kind of rough. I was down, I was sick, I was under the weather, and then he was dealing, with the surgery. So we were both trying to help each other out. Y'all, it's like that sometimes. Yeah. But so as far as your like taste buds and being able to eat and all that stuff, is that normal?
Yeah, everything's the same. Everything's the same. Of course, sometime now by being new, I can yawn sometime, and I can tell like right in this area that my nerve is actually, it's different. It's not bad, but you could tell a difference in your nerve. But I'm sure once I continue to move forward in my healing process, that'll subside and everything. Yeah, I'm really excited. Can't wait to actually give y'all our part 2 on how I am dealing with the Inspire machine from having the surgery and going through my healing process. I'm excited so I can sleep at night without using the CPAP machine.
And don't have to pack up the still water and the case. And because y'all, it's like packing up a little suitcase.
By itself.
Yeah, so I think we're going to call this one Just Breathe.
Yeah.
Because this, I think, is going to give you an opportunity. How do I feel about it? Well, y'all, I feel like this. At this point in our life, you want to be comfortable. You want to be able to enjoy life. It's no different than me being the age that I am wearing braces. We talk a lot for our profession. And I wanted the comfort of just liking my teeth being straight. So it's just one of those things where, but mine, to me, his isn't necessarily cosmetic. Mine is more cosmetic. His is not to me because it does impact his health. And so the fact that he wanted to try something new at first, I was like, oh my goodness, he done been through other surgeries, and I'm like, I hate him going under the knife again. But, I had to say to myself, this is something that he wants to do. It's a difference, because I can't imagine every night having to put on a mask. But if that's what it takes to save his life, to keep him healthy, to keep it, hey, we got to do what we got to do. And then when he told me he really wanted to look into getting Inspire, I said, well, as long as, your doctor checks it out and, you pray about it, and you got to finally make that decision yourself, because you do want to be comfortable. And I can't imagine us trying to go RV camping and traveling, and one thing that we always have to do is take the CPAP, and the CPAP cannot be put in the under carriage of the plane. You have to have that CPAP on you. They tell you that. So that's like one of your carry-ons. So that's another thing. So when you get where you're going, you got to go find water for your CPAP. You can't just put, you have to go and get that water. And then while you're there, you want to clean, especially if you're gone for a period of time, you want to clean it. So yeah, it was a lot that kind of came with it, but we were willing to do what we had to do to help him to have a good night's sleep and to be healthy, because man, you can't do anything if you don't have sleep. So
but I'm good. I'm doing well, healing up well, by the grace of the Most High. That 8 surgery I had, I came back with the speedy recovery. So this one right here for us, the Inspire being placed in me, I feel that I'm doing well. I'm healing well. So yeah, for anyone, I would say that if you're interested in it, talk to your doctor.
Yeah.
See if you're a candidate, because they have to go through those channels before they don't just jump right into surgery. You got to go through channels to see if you're a candidate and that you're able to be able to get the Inspire, or if it's another treatment that they can do for you that they feel that will work just as well. But for myself, the Inspire, I inquired about it and I was able to be accepted from that. They said I was a good candidate for it.
All right. Well, we thank you guys. We hope that we said something in this video that was a help to you. We want you to be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and make sure that you click that bell so that you can get notification every time we upload a video. Our goal is to try to meet and greet with you guys every week, at least once a week. And at some point, we're going to do a live. But I believe we're going to meet. I would not be surprised if we met our goal today if we haven't already done it. Yeah. And so we are trudged on to... and
that goal was 100.
Right? It was 100.
Should I wait or should I check? Let me check.
No. Okay.
All right, we're going to check and see where we at, ladies and gentlemen.
We're going to check, but we still know no matter where it is, we got...
All right, we need a couple more subscribers to hit our goal, but we're not worried. I'm sure by the time we wake up, we will actually have that met and many more.
Over. That's right. Yes. So, but again, we thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes, thank you.
And spending this time with us. And we hope that this video was a little informative. And RVing, I can't wait to see what our RVing life is going to be like with this Inspire.
Yes. We're going to keep you all posted with our journey with me in this Inspire. So I'm hoping that these videos will actually help someone that's in the same position that I'm in. Actually, because if you notice with the RVs, they make the size so you could put your CPAP on and everything. So it is a lot of people with CPAPs and going through the sleep apnea stage and everything. So, hey, check your health. Make sure that you are keeping yourself checked, going to your doctor regularly, and staying healthy. There's some changes that my wife and I are doing and going to continue to do so we can get and stay in a good position as we move forward and we travel, because we want to enjoy each other and we don't want to spend more time at the hospital than on the road camping.
That's right. So thank you guys again, and we say until the next time, thank you for checking in with Dem Browns. Living life for y'all.
All right, take care.